to your heavy metal horoscopes for this week. And before we get to the horoscopes, I want to remind you guys of the 13 card tarot for 2015. We're down to 7 weeks left. And I know 7 weeks seems like a long time, but trust me, it'll be gone before we know it. Because that's how, when we get older, time moves a lot faster. So make sure you get on and get that reading before it's gone, because at midnight, December 31st, you can't order the reading anymore. It's already 2015 after that, and it won't be back until September of next year when we're looking at 2016. So don't forget to check out Fairy Mother Services at fairymothersdream.webs.com. But let's get to those horoscopes, shall we? And of course, we're going to start with Aries. And your ruling planet is going to move into conjunction, very close conjunction with Pluto and Capricorn this week. And this is going to cause issues with Uranus in your sign. And on Monday and Tuesday, it's going to get even more, a little bit more stickier as the moon moves into position to T-square all three of these planets. And it's going to cause a little bit of an issue there when it comes to feeling like you're stuck in the middle or in between those that you love, loved ones that are possibly arguing with each other. And with Mars there, there's definitely an indication of some aggression there with that. So it's going to be a little bit sticky. And when it comes down to it, it makes it very, very, very difficult for you to focus on what you need to focus on this week. But at the same time, there is a hope in this particular challenge, as Uranus is also trine with Jupiter for most of the week. And that, of course, helps you be able to submit things when it comes to your relationships. And this could have a lot to do with those people that are arguing with each other right now. The point that I'm trying to get to is that you have the opportunity to make or break this situation. You can get in the middle of the aggression and kind of stir that aggression pot, or you have the power to nip it in the bud right now. And this may seem like an old pattern that just won't go away. If you've been dealing with it the same way over and over and over again, chances are it's not going to change unless you try something new. So do yourself a favor this week. Try something new. Come at it at a little bit of a different approach. Even if it's nothing more than, you know what, this is not my issue, it's yours, and stepping out of it. Do that for you, because you need to do that for you this week. And then that gives you leeway to be able to focus on the awesome different plans and goals that you've got going on this week. Also want to let you know and kind of sort of point out a little bit for you guys that really, it is really easy to get sucked into the drama, or it's really easy to get sucked into the frustration, but you don't have to. You can be better than that. So whatever you do this week, make sure you do it in as non-aggressive way as possible. That's going to make sure that you get through the week in the way that you want to get through the week. And whatever it is you do, guys, make it an awesome week. Taurus, if you're going to spend so much time in your head, at least make your inner surroundings a beautiful place. That's what this week is all about. It's all about your thoughts and how you portray those thoughts. When you have negative thoughts, it builds up a very negative space on the inside. And the truth is that your thoughts will make or break your stride this week in terms of what it is that you're going to be doing. And it's important to make sure that your mind is definitely in the right place. You want to create a beautiful space on the inside for yourself and not hang out in the scary, worry, angry place that's on the inside. That place definitely not as pretty as the more positive place on the inside. And where you go in your thoughts is very important to determining what the inside looks like. So if your thoughts always or automatically go to negative thoughts, worrying thoughts, angry thoughts, then the inside's not looking very good either. So take the moment, take a chance this week to go inside to your mind and see, is it beautiful, or does it need to be rearranged and maybe cleaned up a little bit? You'll notice as you go into your mind or into your thoughts throughout the week which way you tend to go on a regular basis. And this is very helpful in identifying just how much you go into that negative space. And the truth is, No one can see beauty like you Taurians can. So see that beauty inside of you, not just project it out to others this week, but really work on that beautiful inner peaceful place of yours, because when it comes down to it, you deserve it for yourself more than anybody else does. Whatever you guys do, make sure that you have an awesome time doing it this week. Gemini, the moon starts off the week in your sign, and it's actually a beautiful thing. It's actually almost out of your sign and will be in your sign on Sunday, and then it's gone into Cancer. But it's actually providing some beautiful opportunities to expand your relationships when it comes to business, and also when it comes to certain plans and goals that you've got moving forward at this time. And also, there's an element of those that you love in there as well, jumping in there and helping you out. So, this moon placement on Sunday is actually going to be beautiful, and it's going to project big things that are going to leave a long lasting effect throughout the week for you guys. It's really your focus is really on those you love this week, and also your daily schedule. So make sure that these plans are a part of your daily schedule. Make sure you incorporate them into your daily schedule. And when you have those that are willing to come up and help, for crying out loud, let them help you, Geminis. You are so complex and have so many beautiful ideas, but at the same time, when others come in, they really make it complete, and they really help you to kind of sort of, look at one idea at a time instead of 10 or 20 all at the same time, because you guys are brilliant, but sometimes too much brilliance can get in the way at the same time. Make sure that you're communicating with your heart and saying what you truly feel. That creates the results when it comes to getting what you need, especially when it comes to finances or emotional securities in these plans. And you don't have to be emotional to do it either. Just say what you mean without the rough exterior. Put it in the closet for a minute and see how you can get the results that you want this week in order to move forward. So, you guys be awesome with that one this week. Cancer, the moon coming into your sign on Monday and Tuesday seems to be bringing challenges with a bit of a silver lining. I know that sounds kind of weird, but we've got two beautiful placements coming up with the moon, and we're going to start with the challenge first. As the moon moves into T-square position with Uranus and Aries, and also Mars and Pluto in Capricorn. And this is going to create some challenges, especially when it comes to your loved ones, and it's going to seem like there's these old patterns that are coming up that it's like, we have to go through this again, type of a thing when it comes to your relationship. So whether it's old arguments with yourself and a person, or two people around you that seem to not be able to get along. So this creates a bit of a challenge there, especially with Mars there, that can be kind of aggressive there. And Mars energy this week is really aggressive this week. So you want to make sure that you try and avoid the aggression as much as possible. But also, the moon comes into grand trine for one day. We have a 1 day grand water trine as the moon aspects with Neptune and Mercury, proving to you that being yourself, the beautiful person that you are, the nurturer that you are, male or female, it doesn't matter. You're all nurturers. It gives you the ability to be able to communicate in such a way that it makes people stop and think about what they're doing. And whether you feel you have that power or not, my friends, you do. You really do have that power. Believe in yourselves, believe in that power. It literally will make the difference between something that continues to go on over and over again, or stopping it, even if it's just for the time that you're dealing with it. And when you're going into the situation, remember what goes on in here. What goes on in here is really important. If you're literally going into the situation thinking, I'm not looking forward to this person and that person and blah, 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 chances are that's what's going to happen. See it as a beautiful thing that's taking place, and it will be beautiful. You guys have a great week with that. Leos are getting ready for a bit of a difficult week, I'm afraid, as the Sun and Venus move into conjunction with Saturn. Saturn has been aspecting with Jupiter in your sign now. It's been kind of a heavy pain in the rear aspect for a while. And with the Sun and Venus moving into that, that is unfortunately only going to get more intense this week. The good news is that the Sun and Venus move fairly quickly and they'll be out of it within a week or two. But this week, it is going to be a little bit difficult. Also, that trine with Uranus is about to end this week. And as the week comes to an end, the moon is going to move into your sign, making that challenge even more difficult there. So we're going to start with the trine that's ending with Uranus and Jupiter, and it's all about your relationships. Now, when it comes down to it, it's the foundation relationships, the relationships that you've had for long periods of time that are really going to be helpful when it comes to these challenges with Jupiter being challenged with Venus and the Sun, and of course Saturn. Now, this particular challenge really becomes challenging when it comes to your personal goals or different plans that you have set up for yourself, specifically different plans that you have in order to move forward, and goals, especially goals that are closest to your heart. And it may seem this week that you're not going to get it, period. It just seems like there's obstacles everywhere, and it is going to get a little bit intense. But at the same time, the point is to keep believing in yourself and move forward. The truth is that we have these challenges. These challenges are here to allow us to prove to ourselves really whether we want this goal or not. Are you really, really willing to work through it? If you are, you're going to achieve it. No problem. If you're not really willing to work through it, then chances are the little things are going to make you stop. Are you going to stop this week? That's the question for you, Leos. Are you going to stop this week? Because no matter how big the challenge, you can always slap that crown on, baby, and be awesome at any time. Challenges or no challenges, they don't mean it's the end. They just mean that you're going to have to work a little bit harder for it. So it's up to you guys, and have a great week with that. Virgo, the dark moon is dancing in and out of your sign this week, which can be a little bit of an irritation there, as the dark moon really calls for change. The Lilith is all about making big changes and looking at things for what they are, making the time to make the changes. And this week, she's really dancing in and out of your house of relationships, asking you to take off the rose-colored glasses and see the people around you for who they really are. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that you have to not like them. This is partially a protection for you, but at the same time, it's also understanding for you, understanding exactly where people are coming from. It doesn't mean necessarily that you won't like the person anymore, but you're opening yourself up to really understand them on an emotional level, which can be a little bit difficult. I will admit that is a little bit difficult, but at the same time, it's definitely important. When you connect with people on that kind of level, it makes a world of difference in understanding really where they're coming from and understanding them on a new level for sure. And this is going to create possibly some challenges for you in case you don't want to do that. The moon's going to come into your sign and T-square with Venus and Neptune right at the end of the week. So the end of the week might go out with a little bit of a bang there, as it comes up with some challenges there for you, specifically feeling like it's threatening goals, specific goals and plans that you have that are closest to your heart. The truth is, it's all about you and what you put into your goals, not what everybody else is putting into your goals. So eliminate that worry about other people are going to destroy things for you, because it's not going to happen. You're the only one that can do that. And when it comes down to it, put the power in your hands where it belongs and not in everybody else's hands. And you will be unstoppable. So have a fantastic week with that, Virgos. Libras, how about a well-deserved break, Libras? It's about dang time you had one, as a matter of fact. Seriously, it really is about time. After nearly a year of activity of planets and all kinds of stuff, and normally when we got a lot of planets in our sign, it's usually a party, and it usually is, it has a lot of beautiful energy. It has not been. It's actually been a roller coaster since the beginning of the year for you guys. Right now, there's no focus even in between houses, no planets. Once Mercury's gone, there's no more planets coming into your sign until the moon comes into your sign, which guess what? Ain't gonna happen this week. You got some lucky days though this week with the part of fortune coming into your side about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's just, and this is lucky days financially, by the way. So definitely look for that at some point this week. But really, what it's about relaxation. It's about enjoying what you've created. It's about seeing how far you've come with all of the challenges that you have been through this week and saying, you know what? I did it. It was awesome. And I'm ready to move on now. But before you move on, take yourself a bit of a break. Take this week just to reflect. And at the same time, celebrate your success at the same time, because you guys have really done a fantastic job. And yes, I am talking to you. So you guys have a great week with that. Scorpios, happy birthday to all the Scorpios born this week. Mercury is joining the party with Venus and the Sun and Saturn in your sign, although he's not conjunct with those planets, as they are all conjunct with each other this week. And this is bringing some beautiful possibilities, but it's definitely making some challenges a little bit more difficult as well. And we're going to start actually with that challenge there with Jupiter, as the Sun and Venus join Saturn to create an even bigger challenge with Jupiter. And when it comes down to it, it seems as if the inability to be able to expand on your relationships is really making difficulties when it comes to shining in what you do and what you love, specifically your personal goals and plans. Now, one thing that's really, really big about this particular placement right here is, again, it's all in here. It's all in your head, right? How you're thinking. If you're thinking this is never going to happen, guess what? It's never going to happen. So you want to mind your thoughts and what you're manifesting into the situation. Of course, at the same time, don't focus on the negativities. Don't focus on, how people are not working with you. Focus on what you can do for the situation and not what everybody else is doing. As you start to focus on what everybody else is doing, you lose your own power for yourself, and you don't want to give up your power. Nobody should be giving up their power. At the same time, we're looking at a 1-day grand water trine on Monday with Neptune, Mercury, and the moon, which is in Cancer. Grand water trine. It's going to be fantastic for you guys. And really, this water trine is going to really put such a beautiful energy to this challenge that you can work with it all week long, even if it is only for 1 day. These planets are going to come together, making communication very, very easy for you. Say what you mean. Say what you need to say to the person that you need to say it to, and I'm telling you, things are going to run out great. As soon as you start talking about what's bothering you about somebody else to somebody else, that's when it's going to be a problem for you guys. So do a good job with that, guys. Challenges, schmallenges, you guys can get through them and have a fantastic week. Sagittarius, those who love and adore you and your career take center stage this week, and it's a perfect timing because in just a couple of weeks you're going to have a whole bunch of planets coming in to party with you in your sign, with the Sun and Venus moving in, and Mercury will be moving in following them in a week or so after that. So right now it's all about the foundation. It's all about building that those possibilities and focusing on your career. But the beautiful thing is those who love you and adore you and your career are coming together. These people are so important to the grand scheme of things, or the grand scheme of your plans. Use them. These are the people that are going to promote you. They're going to help you out. They're going to be there for you. They even may be part of your business. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to work with these types of people, because if they already adore you, it's not about doing whatever you want. It's about they're 100% in for you. You're going to definitely see those people popping up around you this week for sure. The typical Sagittarian draws the best people for the job to them with their charm and charisma that matches really no other sign. So take advantage of that and don't feel bad about getting the help, because the truth is, it's divinely given. So work on those foundations, make sure they're airtight, and get ready for the ride, guys, because things are about to take off for you guys. So you have an awesome weekend with Capricorn, Mars and Pluto are definitely finding themselves in challenging positions this week, especially Monday and Tuesday when the moon joins their aspect with Uranus, causes this T-square, can lead to aggressive behaviors if you're not careful. Mars has a very aggressive feel to it this week, so you want to be aware of that frustration. Frustrations are going to be heightened a little bit, especially in those couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, when that aspect is up. As the moon moves, of course, it's moving out of that aspect. But it's not all bad either, because at the same time, Mars and Mars and Pluto are also positively aspecting different signs, specifically Mercury right now. Communication is great as long as you take the aggression out of the communication, specifically around those that you love. And when it comes to your personal goals or plans that you have laid out for you, you can communicate as long as you take the aggression out. Don't be aggressive when you're communicating, but definitely be direct in your communication in order to achieve what you want. As the week progresses and the moon moves into placement, it's only going to make it even easier for you as relationships, specifically the business relationships that you need, come together for these particular plans. So challenges, yes, there are going to be there, and that square with Uranus is still there. It's going to be there for a while. It's not going away, but there's so many other beautiful things there that are opening up for you guys to move forward. So you can have a challenge, that's great. But again, it's not slowing you down one bit. There's plenty more out there for you guys to get your hands on. So you guys have fun with that this week. Aquarius, this week is all about looking in the mirror and celebrating the beautiful things that make up you. Not just focusing on the negative things about you that you don't like. Now, this is what we human beings do, and Aquarians are no exception, even if we think that we are the exception. We're not. What happens is we always focus on the negatives about ourselves. I can't get this done, or I'm not good at this, or all of these different things, instead of looking at ourselves and saying, well, if nothing else, at least I'm good at astrology, or I am really good at this or that, or what have you. And you know what? Don't put the at least on there, because that kind of gives it a negative connotation. I misspoke there. But it's all about looking at the good things, looking at the beautiful things, the things that you are good at, and giving yourself that time to do that, rather than focusing on the negative or the things that you feel you can't do. Also, if you feel you can't do something, you're an Aquarian. You can learn how to do anything. That's one of the beautiful things about being an Aquarian. So don't complain about not being able to do it. Go and find out how to do it if you really, really, really want to learn how to do it. The truth is that loving yourself is all about balancing both the good and the bad. And every single human being has both sides. You have to embrace all of it, not just what you want. So yes, it may be a little bit difficult, but trust me, looking at the beautiful things about yourself really is a lot of fun. It may not be a lot of fun in the beginning, but it becomes a lot of fun. So you can start off that process by having a little bit of fun doing that this week. And whatever you do, make sure that you do it to the best of your ability this week, guys. And finally, Pisces. Neptune's trine with Mercury all week this week helps you communicate your needs in your own unique way, bringing success when it comes to your carefully laid out plans. And as the moon moves into Cancer Monday and Tuesday, actually just Monday, there's a 1 day grand water trine that's going to make even more beautiful possibilities and bring in those that you love to help you out with those goals and those plans. And that's when the energy is strongest, but it's going to keep on going throughout the week. Right into a challenge at the end of the week when the moon moves into Virgo. And we're talking about a T-square between Neptune and Virgo and Venus. Now, this, as you're going the whole entire week, things look great. Things look like everything is moving forward with what you want. And then, bam, here comes this challenge, and it seems like everything's falling apart. Don't go there. Don't go there with everything's falling apart. It's a small little challenge. Not a big deal. It's not going to break the entire situation. It's just a little bit of a stone, a little ripple in the pond that once it's over with, it'll be over with. And like I said, the moon is what's really causing it. We know the moon will only be there for a day or two. So don't go overboard with that. Focus on the good. Focus on what you've been able to do, not what's getting in the way right now, currently, or at the moment. And we're talking about literally the end of the week. You're going at a beautiful pace, wrench in it. Don't worry about it. Take the wrench out, throw it, and don't give that challenge so much energy. The more energy you give the challenge, the bigger the challenge is. Look at it and go, well, that sucks, and move on from it and keep on going in your awesome stead, because that's what's going to get you success, not worrying about what's going on over here or what other people are doing. And remember, when you're worrying about what other people are doing, you're giving them the power of your life instead of keeping it in your own hands. And you want to keep your power. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. Don't forget to check out aFairyMothersDream.webs.com. We've got classes. Check out my partners, Wings to Soar and Grateful Dave. And, of course, we've got the Grateful Fairy Wings store up there now with some bracelets and more to come soon. And also check out our group on Facebook. It's facebook.com/groups/Grateful Fairy Rings. And remember, grateful is spelled Great and fairy is spelled Fairy. We've got chats now in there, and you're only going to find out where they're at and what the password is inside that group. We have a beautiful drama-free group for developers and anybody who's interested in any kind of readings or psychic abilities or development or anything. We also announce all of our classes, our upcoming Skype classes, in that group as well. So if you're not part of the group, you're going to miss out. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Whatever you do, make the choice. You can choose to have a great week. You can choose to have a crap week. It's entirely up to you. But I think you guys should have a very metal week. Thanks. Have a great one.